If I lost all my money and investing knowledge today and had to start from zero, I would be thankful. Why? Because I've seen the traps, the analysis paralysis, the confusing jargon, the get-rich-quick schemes that drain your account. Most beginners waste years and lose thousands by starting with the wrong steps. But if I had to begin again, I would follow a simple, stress-free path. A path that ignores the noise and focuses on what actually works. This is the exact 6-step blueprint I would use to go from confused beginner to confident investor, and the first step has nothing to do with the stock market. When you look at investing, it feels like trying to take a drink from a fire hose. Stocks, bonds, ETFs, options, crypto, PE ratios, it's endless, it's overwhelming, and that overwhelm causes most people to do one of two things: they never start, or they gamble on a hot tip and lose money. I did both. I promise you, there's a better way. The goal isn't to become a financial analyst, the goal is to build wealth, and you can do that by being a disciplined strategist, not a stock-picking genius. Let's reset the clock. This is the most skipped step, and it's why people fail. You cannot invest what you don't have. Before you buy a single stock, you must get your own financial house in order. I would follow this exact sequence. Emergency fund, save $1,000 immediately, then build it to 3 to 6 months of expenses. This is your shock absorber so a car repair doesn't force you to sell your investments at a loss. High-interest debt. Annihilate any credit card or personal loan debt. The 20% interest you're paying is a guaranteed loss, and no investment can reliably beat it. Cash flow. Understand where your money is going. You don't need a complex budget, just awareness. Your investable money comes from the gap between what you earn and what you spend. Think of it like this. You're building a fortress. Investing is the army you send out to conquer new land. But if your fortress walls are weak, no emergency fund, lots of debt, you'll always be vulnerable to attack. Secure the fortress first. This is the mental shift that changes everything. A gambler bets on a stock price going up or down in the next week. An owner buys a small piece of a real business and plans to hold it for years. When I started, I was a gambler. I watched the ticker all day. I felt smart when it went up and panicked when it went down. It was exhausting. When I became an owner, everything calmed down. I stopped caring about the daily noise and started focusing on the long-term health of the businesses I owned. Your mindset is your most important asset. Protect it. If I could only ever use one investment for the rest of my life, this would be it. An index fund, specifically an S&P 500 index fund, or a total stock market index fund, instead of trying to pick the one winning stock, which is like finding a needle in a haystack. You just buy the entire haystack. An S&P 500 index fund gives you a small piece of 500 of America's largest companies in a single purchase. It's instant diversification. It's boring. It's simple. And it's brutally effective. Over the long term, it has beaten the vast majority of professional money managers. This is the workhorse of your portfolio. This is where 80–90% of my starting capital would go. Where you invest is just as important as what you invest in. I would immediately open a Roth IRA. A Roth IRA isn't an investment itself, it's a type of account with an incredible superpower: tax-free growth. You put in money you've already paid taxes on, and then decades later, you can take it all out. Every single dollar of profit, completely tax-free. It's the greatest gift the government gives to the individual investor. Action. Open a Roth IRA with a low-cost brokerage. Set up automatic monthly contributions to buy your chosen index fund. This is the ultimate set-it-and-forget-it machine. This is where real wealth is built. Not in a flashy trade, but in the boring, relentless act of contributing month after month, year after year. This is called dollar-cost averaging. When you invest a fixed amount regularly, you automatically buy more shares when prices are low, and fewer when prices are high. It takes the emotion out of investing. You're not trying to time the market, you're using time in the market to your advantage. The boring middle is where you ignore the hype, trust your system, and let compound interest do its silent, magical work. This phase is a test of character, not intelligence. The financial media makes money from your eyeballs, not your success. Their goal is to make you feel something: fear, greed, urgency, so you keep watching and clicking. If I started over, I would create a ruthless information filter immediately. Ignore. Financial news channels, stock tip forums, and gurus promising secrets. Consume a few timeless books a year, like The Simple Path to Wealth or The Little Book of Common Sense Investing, and maybe one or two rational, long-term focused financial bloggers or YouTubers. Protect your mindset like it's a sacred garden. Don't let the weeds of financial media choke out your confidence and your strategy. And that's the blueprint. No complexity, no stock picking, just a simple, powerful sequence. Secure your foundation, adopt an owner's mindset, invest in a low-cost index fund, put it in a Roth IRA, be relentlessly consistent, protect your mind from the noise. This is the path of patience. This is the path of discipline. It's not the most exciting story to tell at a party, but it is the most reliable way to build lasting wealth. You don't need to outsmart the market. You just need to be consistent and patient enough to let it work for you. If this blueprint gives you the clarity you've been searching for, I need you to do two things for me. First, take the single most important step. For most of you, that's step 1. Secure your foundation. If you've already done that, then it's step 4. Open that Roth IRA this week. Momentum is everything. And second, lock in this knowledge for good. Hit that like button and subscribe to The Investor's Key. We're here to clear away the complexity and give you the keys to your financial future, one simple step at a time. I have one question for you in the comments. Which of these 6 steps are you going to focus on first? Let's build a community of disciplined investors. This is The Investor's Key. Start simple, stay consistent, let the market do the heavy lifting.